working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby. Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. In the rain or in the snow,
in the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funk flow, got the.
In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funk flow.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly. All you
remember, strike it rich, the key is love. Save everybody from way up above. I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I never dream it would be like these. I am the #1 ruler of the 7 seas. The skunk over here will bring you luck.
The skunk over here will bring you luck. The skunk over here will.
The pump over here comes with a truck.
The pump over here comes with a truck. The pump over here comes with a.
Oh yes, I had a lot of fun. I meet a lot of bucks and now I'm on the run. In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funky flow.
In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funky flow.
Let me tell you something that I never told you before. Listen this. I have never sold everything.
I have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything. You have
Money is all you need.
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 Your father's gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot.
Racing Roots 99 in Heaven and Hell. 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! 3 laps to go.
Action! Danger! Danger! Danger!
There he is! Gotcha!
Action! Reload! Reload!
Fire!
Action! Action! Reload!
Halt!
Action! 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 Reload! 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 Action!
There!
Reload! Action! Reload! 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 Action! Reload! Reload! Danger! Reload! Action!
Beep. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's STPL. My name is Kix. I'm going to be joining you for two series today. We're going to see DM versus Wico, which had a couple of walkovers in it, unfortunately. It was a public holiday at the weekend in Chile, so a lot of stuff got a bit mixed up. But basically, we're then going to go into NaS versus Ash just after that. NaS versus Ash has some really, really good lineups, so I'm looking forward to that one especially. I'm just very quickly writing the tweet. I deliberately set myself extra time to be ready, and somehow I'm still not ready on time. It's always how it is. But let's just quickly type this. This is the format of the STPL. If you've not seen it before, it is best of 5 the whole way through to the grand final, which is best of 7. Set 1 to 4. The lineups are all selected in advance. They're selected a week in advance, and all the games are played at the same time. Ace matches game number 5. If the score is tied up 2-2, then we head into game 5, and that can be pretty cool. He probably meant no more sound because the sound from the intro suddenly cuts out. I might change that, but I like the way I've fit the song to the intro. Maybe I need a different song to play afterwards, but let's have a look at today's lineups just while I'm still getting everything ready. Here we go. So today's lineups, we have Nimrod versus Mutali. That's going to be on Neo Electric Circuit. Then we're going to have a PvP between Bonbon and Speed. I believe Tech is one of the players that I'm not sure who didn't show up, so I need to double check the replays in just a second. And I will do that in just a moment. I do apologize for this unreadiness, although I think you guys are more than well versed in how late I always am. I don't know how I can consistently do this. Like, every single time. Doesn't matter how hard I try, how early I try and prepare, I still don't manage to fix anything in time for when I actually need it. Like, for work, I'm fine, but it's just for streaming. I always have such a big problem with it. What I should probably do is just, like, assume that I'm starting 10 minutes early, and then if I start 10 minutes late, then I'll be on time for what I'm supposed to start. Maybe that'll work a little bit better, right? Yeah, let's have a look at the replays to see what games we've got today. If there's a game 5, I'm not going to say. But we have 973 versus Torsan and Speed versus Bonbon. So we do have a PvP and we have a TVC as well. So that's kind of cool. Wait, Nimrod is La Abuela. Why the hell did no one tell me? I think he was in the database before. That's kind of annoying. I hate when that happens. So I guess what we'll be doing is we'll be going straight into game number 2. It is going to be a PvP, of course. I'm just going to add the win for game number 1 to Mutali, as the trouble is Bonbon didn't show up. Sorry, not Bonbon. Nimrod didn't show up for his game. We are on week 5. Let us go into the replay, and let's get started with today's STPL. For the first time ever, I don't actually have the replay loaded fast enough. So I'm going to have to hide this quickly, hide this, done. Look at that, look how good I am. I'm so fast. We've got pink versus pink, so thank God they both played on top versus bottom, because otherwise that would be incredibly annoying. Starting us down here in the bottom right hand corner in the blue, fighting for DM, it's Bonbon. And his opponent doing something cheeky already, spawning in the top right hand corner, fighting for Wico. It's Speed. Yeah, Bonbon did play before as well. If I actually look, Bonbon has how many games? 4 games to his name. He's only won 1 so far, and that was his only PvP. Now it looks like Speed is going to be building proxy gateways in his opponent's main. Now if Bonbon doesn't see this, which I don't think he will, this could be a very fast game. There we go, we've got the pylon coming up. Pylon is in a position where it kind of makes it awkward to build 2 gateways, but I suppose he'll still do it, 1 here, 1 above. I suppose it keeps the pylon from being attacked as easily, but I don't think that's really going to matter. It's going to be very rare for Bonbon to go and scout this. I mean, scouting in your main base in a 2-player map, I would say, especially if you ladder a lot, should be kind of normal. But when you're playing in like a tournament style situation like this, not many people proxy 2-gate in your main, so I think it's something that Bonbon probably isn't going to be realizing. We've got the 2 gateways coming in. Probe isn't going to show itself because he wants to make sure the gateways finish. Interestingly, he's not sending a second probe to scout. So if Bonbon now scouts with his probe, but luckily enough for him, he's gone for 2 gates as well. Now he's still not going to know about it. Now will he guess from the angle at which the probe came in that there is gateways in his main? Is he going to go and check? He needs a... Okay, he's building a pylon at his mineral line. He's got a mana pylon coming up over here, but that doesn't actually really block anything. It just makes it a little bit harder to mine this mineral. But a probe does go over. He scouts the 2 gateways. He's going to have to build his zealots very quickly and a shield battery if he wants to be able to hold on to this. We've got a shield battery coming in his main. We've got the pylon finishing for Speed. The first zealot is out. That's going to help take down this pylon, but it's not the biggest of deal. Back over here, we've actually got a probe attacking the Nexus. I don't know whether or not that's eventually going to kill it, but we've got a shield battery coming in for Speed as well. But now it's going to be 1 zealot against 2 for the time being. The 2nd and 3rd zealot are on their way. But we are going to have to see some very good micro here from Bonbon if he wants to hold on. There is no pressure at the other side of the map, so all his attention will be focused here. Every single bit of micro will count. We're going to see him try and take out this pylon. But with zealots coming in, they're going to be attacking his probes. He has to be careful. He can't afford to lose them. Another pylon going to be coming up as well. But looks like we do have the shield battery still with energy. The first pylon's going to go down. But the Nexus is now under fire. The 4th and 5th zealots are on the way, but it's 4. And it'll be 4 versus 6 until we catch up. Another 2 zealots do come in. Bonbon doing a pretty good job holding on so far. The 2nd pylon going to be focused down, but he really should be focusing on the zealots. The nice usage of the shield battery. They're going to try and keep that alive. Nice trap on that 1 zealot as well. More pylons, more everything coming up over here. One thing I really do want to go and look at is the health of this. He's actually taken off half of the shields. If he leaves it long enough, he could actually kill the Nexus, which would be hilarious if that happens. But if we have a look here, he's still doing his best to hold on. Not lost too many probes. Does have a probe advantage as well. So as long as he can keep his pylon alive up here, he should win the game. A very well microed game so far by Bonbon. Speed has been doing a pretty good job as well, but now the zealot count is starting to favor our Korean hero here. Another zealot comes out and dies immediately. I think the tables might be turning now, and this could very well be the end of the game. It looks like, unfortunately, Bonbon has been kind of led around the table, or run around the... I don't even know what to say. He's been led up the garden path. He's going to lose his only pylon that's powering his gateways. And I think there's just too many zealots now for him to be able to effectively micro against this. There's even the shield battery up here just to add insult to injury. Bonbon did an okay job trying to hold on. The probe has been killed as well. GG. Bonbon taps out, and Speed wins game number 2.
Action! Danger! Danger!
Mission 2, start.
Thank you.
Laser gun.
shotgun. Thank you.
Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for game number 3 between Wico and... I didn't add the win for speed there, so let me add it. Now it's up to date. It's all good. Wait. Oh my god, I just messed up. Okay, reset everything. Just pretend you're not seeing this, guys. It's all good. So we had a game 1 win, a game 2 win. Click the wrong button. We are back. Okay, wait. So we're actually in game number 4. So we are on Triathlon. So there was 2 walkovers in this one. This week has been a massive mess for me. It has been so busy at work again, and I am losing my mind. But we are here. I actually want to use purple versus blue. I think they look really cool. Starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, we do have in the purple fighting for DM. It's Torsan. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right hand corner in the blue. As our Zerg player, it's 973. Also, I like how Granum says Metal Slug is such a fun game, I'm going to play it with my kids if I ever make any. And then he's going to take a quarter off them every time they die. That's a good way of making money. Just imagine, if your kids keep dying in Metal Slug, you'll eventually become rich, right? I mean, kids have their own money, right? They don't get money from their parents or anything. Yeah, it's an infinite money hack. Just get them to play Metal Slug all day. I can't believe no one's thought of this before. Just charge your kids for everything. Oh, you want food? Oh, you want food? How about you pay for it? We gave birth to you, it's time you started giving back, right? Okay, we do have a drone scout going out. Now, 973 actually turns around just after seeing the barracks, so he does know about that for now. It wouldn't surprise me if 973 did go for like a weird proxy hatchery or something. I'm just saying, the Victorians had the right idea with oh, actually, no, I shouldn't make this joke. That joke is actually too far for me, because I absolutely abhor the idea of making kids work. But, like, in Victorian England, they used to make kids work for their money. Like, they'd send them to, like, workhouses and, like, factories and stuff. And it's so messed up, because so many kids would die because of how bad the conditions were. And you'd have kids who'd be, like, chimney sweeps and stuff. Oh, yeah, and mines. And chimney sweeps, but what can I say? They pulled themselves up by the bootstraps and they made their money. That's the true conservative mindset right there. Not that, okay, I'm not going to bring politics into this, because yeah, today something in the UK happened which is kind of abhorrent. A Conservative MP, as much as I didn't like him, got stabbed and murdered at essentially what the UK equivalent of a town hall is in the US. And yeah, it's pretty messed up. As much as I think the guy was a piece of shit, he didn't deserve that. Now we do have two starport Wraith coming up for Torsan here. Not the most common build, a risky build as well to do when you're maybe not as good as your opponent, but Torsan definitely feeling a little bit confident here. Can he micro out of everything? And yeah, someone disagreed. The police don't know what happened, or they know he was stabbed, but they don't know why. In other words, like, there's no motive yet. They've caught the person who did it, though, given the fact he did it in the room. So, now Torsan doing a pretty good job keeping his SCV alive. The Lings cannot get through there, in case you didn't realize, because they're invisible eggs. the drone can mineral walk through. He used the gas to walk through the first time and came back the other way by just clicking on his minerals. But Tolsan saw there was no expansion up there. 2 Starport Wraith going to be building here. He should build the control tower after the first 2 Wraiths. He's going to go for an engineering bay as well. That'll help him defend against the Spire that we all ultimately know is coming up. A Vulture did appear at the front of the base, but hasn't really done too much. It just kind of stops Lings and drones from being able to get out, as long as you can micro it well enough. We do have Burrow coming in though. This is the ultimate. Okay, this is like the ultimate 2-port Wraith anti-play. If you just burrow your drones, there's nothing the Terran can do. You're not going to have scan. You're going to do no damage. You'll kill the Overlords maybe, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is not going to go well. I mean, Speed did know about the fact there was no expansion, which is why he went Burrow, but... sorry, 973. Seeing Burrow in TVZ is so weird, but genuinely, it's like one of the best moves you can possibly do against 2-port Wraith. Like, there is like nothing you can do about it. You can't afford like, you genuinely cannot afford an academy. Like, you just can't do it. It looks like we will have the first Wraith. He did kill the Overlord in the top right. He's going to be able to kill this. Oh, he's not going to kill the drone before he builds a hatchery. There we go. That's going to be more damage, not done. And here come the Mutas. And this is where things start to get a little bit tough for Terran. If you can get Cloak, which he is, you can fight, but you need to make sure that you kill every single Overlord or you will die. Now, the Vulture is going to run away. You're going to try and pull the Mutas away with it to see if he can move in with his Wraiths a little bit later. But it looks like he might be waiting until he gets a decent number of Wraiths before he goes back in. You can see that he's got this SCTV hotkeyed in with the Wraiths to kind of move them around. Now, one thing I don't think many people actually know is you can actually hotkey a building SCTV. Like one that's building a building, and that will work in the same way and it won't move. But that means when you stop building, obviously it does move, so it doesn't really help all that much. But one thing you can do is put it in here, and then it's definitely going to never leave your base. So the Mutas are going to come in. There's not actually too many turrets here. Nicely placed, though. I actually really like this. He maybe cloaked a little bit too early, though. That's not going to help him. He's wasting his cloak energy. He's going to fly out. There's so many Overlords here. Oh, he gets one hit. He gets one of the Overlords. Can he get a second one? Gets a good hit on one of the Mutalisks. Wraiths don't, if I remember rightly, do full damage to Mutas, so he does need to be careful. Gets another nice volley. But his cloak is about to run out, and this is the problem. He's going to fall back here to try and move back to some turrets. He needs to uncloak. But now the advantage is purely in the favor of Zerg right now. Good thing is he's going to repair his damaged Wraiths. Very important to do this. Very nicely done as well. It's not too often you see many foreign Terrans actually repair their stuff below like the top levels like Terra, Dandy, and Koga. So it's kind of cool to see this. Well, he gets a Wraith and pulls back, but does lose a Mutant. Not the best trade. More Wraiths coming in. He's going for the Overlords, but no, he can't do it. The Mutants are too strong right now. Pulls back. He isn't building 2 additional Wraiths at the moment. Going for an Academy. He will need to go and get scanned. Funnily enough, we saw him get Burrow. He's even got Spores back at home, which means the Wraiths aren't really going to do too much. So he is going to do absolutely no damage with this, but now he's going for the transition, and the transition in this case is going to be a 3 racks bio push with stim and range. It is a timing attack he can go for in the hopes that your Zerg opponent has essentially wasted all their money on defending against the Wraiths, but usually this only works if you can kill drones. Because the Zerg economy is completely unfazed at the moment. Moisturized, flourishing in its lane. But wait, have I got that meme right? I can't remember either way. But he's doing pretty well. Like, 973 isn't really too worried about anything. And, yeah, I don't really think that's going to do too much. For some reason, some drones ran out here. I'm not really sure what they were doing. I don't know if he was planning on, like, going somewhere and they just went the wrong way. But the Vulture goes down on the ramp, doesn't manage to get past the Sunken. It did force the Mutas back though, or at least the Overlords. The Mutas are going to be sitting in the middle of the map here, not really doing too much. But knowing he can't really do too much damage now, What I think we'll probably see is stim finish, range start. We'll see a switch into full medic production. And while he, or at least until he's got 2 rounds of medics, and then he'll push. Yeah, there we go. You see the medics starting to come in. He's not going to go with tanks, which is kind of normal. But here we go. The wraiths are coming back in. 1 drone killed. No burrow used just yet. 2 drones. There's the burrow. We actually got to see it used. Kind of glad about that. But 2 drones isn't too bad, but losing a wraith for it definitely isn't really that good. Oh my god, he's even going to burrow here. This is so annoying. It forces you to scan or build a turret to take your own natural. These sneaky Zerg, man. They're all getting worse. They're all getting more sneaky. Everyone always moans about Protoss being cheesy, man, but these Zergs, man. The neutral arbiters, if you look here, there's actually cloaks underneath, or there's cloaked eggs underneath them, which stop ground units from walking through easily to the bases. So you have to kill the arbiter and then the eggs to get through. And you can mind control them, yeah. And I think if you mind control them, they start with full energy. But they one problem is they don't have any upgrades. If it was UMS, they could have upgrades, but because it's not, they don't. But it essentially makes every other base on the map, minus the ones in the middle, island bases. So it makes it a little bit easier to sort of mass expand here, and that's one of the reasons why I like this map so much. But this is going to be the problem. We have the first scan coming in. He does actually scan his natural to kill the Ling. So unfortunately for him, he's going to be kind of in the dark a little bit. Torsan going for another scan, trying to see if there's anything else at the front of his base. But the problem is the fact he does not really have a huge amount of bio. He's got no vessels just yet, and he is going to have to play defensively. Because you can't push into this many Hydra Muta with just bio, at least with no upgrades. +1 attack is almost finished. He is going to try and transition into the late game here by going into double engineering bay and his science facility. But yeah, this is so many lurkers. Unless he has godlike micro, he is going to be in a lot of trouble when he pushes here. Now the Wraith's coming in. Scourge. Not going to connect. I think this could very well be the end of the game coming up. Looks like he is going to try and push in. We do have a lot of mutas here. If he can maybe take out the Overlords, maybe he can make something happen. Oh my god, the bio is dying so fast. The bio is going to die so fast to all of these lurkers. The lurkers are actually going to block his bio from going home. More Marines going to come forward. But oh my god, the Wraiths all died already. Oh my god, this is game over. GG, Torsan taps out. And we do have 973 with the win, giving a 4-0 victory for Wico. Let's add this. Hopefully that didn't break anything when I hit the win button before. I'm just double checking. Did I break anything? I can check that afterwards. Okay, let's head in to the results screen and see how that went, and then we can move on to set 2. Okay, so as you can see, 4-0 victory. There was 2 walkovers in favour of Wico this week, so they get their first 4-0 victory of the season. At least I think it's their first 4-0 victory, and I've just closed Brood War like a clown. Okay, we are going to be back in a few minutes with with series number 2. It's Ash versus NaS. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you guys soon.
I gotta be
STP. Hello everyone and welcome back to today's STPL. We're going to be heading into our second series of today. It's been a bit of a speed run so far, but this is a good lineup coming at you for our second set. We start off with a ZVZ between Eon Zerg and Squall, which means this is probably going to be a fast game. It is a ZVZ. We're then going to have a PvP between Dragon and Quark. Yes, Dragon is going to PvP for the first time in STPL history. He's only ever played ZVP up until now, I think. Unless I'm completely misremembering. But then we've got a ZVP, or a TVP even, between Whip and Dreamer. And we have a ZVP between Striker and Cloud. Now, it's only a shame that Dragon has decided to PvP after all this time. Because now we're pretty much not guaranteed a ZVP from him every time. Which is a little bit sad. His ZVP is really good. But maybe he's finally realized he can't put himself through that anymore. He has already, like, race traded enough by playing Zerg. But now, yeah, now we have it, you know? It's all good. Yeah, Dragon's been Peon Ladder for a while now. I know you've said that, but he's just not been playing PvP. And that is the Italian Cloud, the legendary Italian player from back in the day. But let's have a look. It's going to be game number 1. Here we go. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner in the yellow, fighting for Ash. It's going to be Squall. And starting us down in the bottom left-hand corner in the grey, fighting for NaS, it's Eon Zerg. Cloud hasn't played for a long time, but he's playing again, at least on and off. He's been playing in STPL this season, which is kind of cool. Ash have definitely got like a lot of the old school names in there that still like, have come back to play a little bit, which is kind of cool. That's one of my favorite things about Ash. Okay, we've got a spawning pool coming in on 9 for Eon Zerg. Squall is going for a gastric to get a 10 hatchery, I believe. He's going to build a hatchery on 10 at his natural. So 9 pool against 10 hatch. I'm really not sure how this this works out, but it's going to be 9 pool speed, which is something that's going to make this a little bit harder for Squall to deal with. And unfortunately for Squall as well, Eon Zerg is going to first scout. Could this man be any luckier? Because essentially, it's a rough old world to play Eon Zerg in a ZVZ, but Squall did beat True Touch the last time they met in the last season of in STPL. He beat him on... Wait, did he beat True Touch? I'm sure he did. Yeah, he did on Desert Dwellers. That was back in November last year, so almost a year anniversary since he last beat a good player. But Eon Zerg... He has played 12 versus Zerg games in the STPL. He has won 11 of them with a 91% win rate overall. He is absolutely killing it. He's 5th in the STPL rankings overall with an 81% win rate overall as well. Eon Zerg is an absolute king of Foreign Brood War, and he has definitely earned his title. The Lings are already on the way. The spawning pool has not even started, or has not even finished. So the Lings have only just started here for Squall. But if he can hold on to his hatchery, he is going to be at an advantage, but it's going to be tough. Speed is going to be done long before Squall has even a chance to get it. He's not even started it yet. I think this is probably game over. He kind of bet all on this hatchery, but it's just not going to work. The Lings pop out and they die almost immediately. One does get away, but that's going to be picked off very quickly. As soon as speed comes in, this is basically going to become impossible to hold, I think. It's a rough build order loss here for Squall, definitely. If he can pull a miracle off, then that would be amazing. The Eon Zerg showing why he's got a 91% win rate in ZVZ over 12 games. You can't fight against this, it's insane. Unfortunately, Squall is going to fall here by the looks of it. He's trying to build Lings to save himself, but he's now down in drones as well. And down in... Oh, sorry, he's even on drones and down in supply. GG. G. Squall taps out. Eon Zerg wins game number 1, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. Starting as well, we're here for game number 2 between Ash and NaS. I'd just like to say thank you to Lauren in the YouTube chat who said, just want to see how grateful I am for there to be a Brood War tournament event with foreigners and Koreans with great production and commentary. Thank you for doing this, Kicks. Always a bright spot in my day. Thank you so much. It means a lot, and I can also see the YouTube chat at the same time. So if you ever want to say anything, feel free. If anyone else wants to check out the YouTube chat as well, head on over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/STPL TV, and you can also chat with Lauren as well. But either way, starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue, fighting for NaS, it's Dragon, their captain. And spawning up here in the top right-hand corner in the red, fighting for not for BSL. Damn it, this is why you guys need to use your clan tags. I am too dumb. I can't, I just read what's on the screen. Damn it. It's Quark. Fighting for Ash. Oh my god. This is why there's a rule about using your clan tags, but I do know that there's like a weird bug where some clans can't use their tags anymore for new accounts. So I'm assuming it's going to be something like that. I don't know if that's the case with you, Quark, but if it's not, I am very disappointed, and I can't believe you've done this. But if it is just the fact you can't make a clan tag, then it's fair enough. I know that Wico had the same problem. It seems like anything with dots in the name don't work anymore. They've somehow broken them. I thank you, JD Brick Doctor, as well. That also means a lot. Okay, so we've got 1 gate core coming in for Dragon. Quark, meanwhile, going for 2 gate Zealot. 2 gate Zealot, pretty strong on this map, given the fact there is this short path here that gets you to your opponent's base very, very quickly. It's kind of like a one-stop super highway for Zealots to run across the map. But with good enough Dragoon micro, you can defend against Infinity Zealots, as long as you can defend your probes as well. And Dragon is incredibly good at PvP. Now, I don't actually have any PvP stats for Dragon. It will say his versus Protoss is 80% over 21 games. But that is because he plays ZVP for the most part, although he's been playing PvP on ladder, so I guess he's just decided to switch to fully Protoss. But this is always confusing for me because his ZVP is so damn good. But either way, you can see that Dragoon doing a pretty good job against the Zealot already. Dragon actually losing a probe though. This is kind of uncharacteristic, but Quark, a very good Protoss player as well. The probe going to go down too, so both players' probe count is even. Dragon going to be trying to defend himself here with 2 Dragoons and a Zealot against 2 Zealots, as 2 more Zealots charge their way across the map. Another probe does go down. Can he get another probe here? Of course, this attack will have diminishing returns. Another Zealot does go down without killing another probe. 3 probes killed so far, 4 probes. The Quark is going to take the early lead with that probe count. But then Dragon is going to be the one who will have the ability to go for a counter. But it's going to take a lot longer for those to be able to go through. MSJ Mr. Cat says in chat, I remember Blue Storm when it was on ladder. It was 99% games of 2 gate Zealot rush into Nexus from both sides. I mean, it's a really good map for early aggression, right? There's been a lot of games on this map I've seen where both players are proxied in the middle of the map in different locations, because it's just so good for aggression. Now, you can hold the choke here with just a single Zealot, but it looks like he's not going to do that. Dragon is going to wait until he gets a good enough army, although really he should block this. Yeah, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to leave his Zealot here, go with his Dragoons and go for an attack. But it's going to be 3 gateways worth of Dragoons by the time he gets there, so there should be enough units over here from Quark to be able to defend without too much problem. But it looks like Dragon going to go for those Zealots. Going to not take any damage. Quark, for some reason, not attacking with the Zealots. Just kind of wasting Dragon's time, I think. Now, Quark did actually correct me the other day on one of his games that I commentated before, so I'm hoping I'm not going to make any mistakes here, because I don't want him to have to need to correct me. Yeah, but Quark is going to have more than enough units to defend back at home now, so Dragon can't really push forward as easily. He is still only on one gateway, so this is not the kind of situation when the second gateway is only just now finishing. We're going to have a Reaver come in. But yeah, this is a fight that Dragon is not going to be able to take. He's going to be fighting low ground to high ground, and there is so many Dragoons here that he is going to have to be incredibly lucky with not missing a single shot if he even wants to kill a Dragoon. So he's going to fall back, try and build up his forces, take his own high ground, and he is now safe to know that it's very unlikely that Quark is going to run through the middle of the map. Now, based on the amount of units that Dragon saw, Dragon should know that Quark doesn't have any tech back at home. We, of course, as the all-seeing, all-knowing observer, can pretty much do this. But yeah, Quark going for 3-gate into Nexus, which is... I feel like this is kind of rare, but I suppose Quark knows he's pretty safe in the middle of the map. He's not going to overly attack because there's no reason to. He doesn't quite know what his opponent's doing yet because he's not had a scout since his early Zealots. The only thing he's seen is a steadily increasing Dragoon count, but he knows that it's only been off one gateway for now. But we do have Reavers coming in. Now, Quark doesn't actually know what tech his opponent's doing, but he is sitting in a position to be able to defend against Reavers. He's got the probe here to try and block any DTs running through. He doesn't quite know about that either, so he's in a little bit of a rough spot. You can see he's actually going to move some Dragoons back here to block this area, because if a DT suddenly runs in your base, it's game over. That's why he's gone for the cannons. A safety cannon back at the natural to be able to defend himself against DTs, and when he knows he's not safe, he's going to add a cannon in his main, but for now he's going to hold off on it. Good use of optimized building here by Quark. Quark was saying that he was really surprised he didn't 2-gate Nexus. Every warm-up game he played was 2-gate versus 2-gate. So, kind of going against what he practiced, but I mean, that's possibly... I mean, I don't want to give Dragon too much credit, but maybe he thought that Quark would play against 2-gate a lot and decided to do something else to throw him off. Dragon is a very, very strong Protoss, so it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, we have now seen Quark see everything. I think he may have seen the shuttle, but at this point, it's not really too much of a big deal. He should know there's no DTs coming his way by this point in the game. Now it is still 3 gateways, 4 gateways now against just the 2. We don't have the Nexus yet either, so Quark is in a pretty considerable economic lead. But Dragon is of course in the tech lead, and he is somehow in the supply lead as well, despite being up against 3 gateways. But I think it's just because he's been building a little bit longer. He's not been building gateways, so he's had a little bit of extra money. And Reavers and shuttles do take up a lot of supply. So there we go. Looks like the Dragoon's going to come out. This is such a dangerous dance. The Reavers going to sit up and down in the shuttle. Let's zoom out a little bit here. The Dragoons from Dragon fighting uphill, which is not very good. The shuttle goes down with one of the Reavers. So all of a sudden, Quark is in a very good spot. But Quark going to pull back anyway. Knows that he got one of the Reavers and one of the shuttles. So he knows that he doesn't have to worry about too much here, but Dragon is going to be able to take the his opponent's opposing high ground, which is going to give him a little bit of an advantage as we move further in the game. The Dragoons attacking into the Dragoons of Quark. He does not have any form of high ground advantage, and he doesn't have the number advantage either. So this is not going very well for Dragon, but with the Reaver coming in here as well, he is going to be able to do some extra damage. But I think, at the very least, for Quark, this is going to be an even trade, and then Dragon is of course going to lose the additional Dragoons because he can't get back home. So Dragon not making the best of choices there moving forward, but Dragon knows he had to do a little bit of something. He saw his opponent's Nexus was done a lot sooner, and he did lose his shuttle with his Reaver, so he kind of wanted to see how much he could trade away. one of the problems with obviously sitting back in PvP when you know you've got the economic disadvantage is your opponent will get more and more ahead if you don't do something. So he was kind of hoping that he would be able to get a good trade, I would imagine. And unfortunately, the trade didn't go too well. Fortunately for Dragon, the trade didn't go too badly. But of course, he didn't get any economic damage. He lost his early tech units. And at the moment, it seems pretty good for both players. So I think that trade wasn't too bad. Obviously, the trade looked like it went better for Clark, but that was his reinforcements coming in from his closer gateways. Clark is 2 probes ahead. He was mining from his extra base a little bit sooner, so he's had a little bit of a gas advantage. Although, yeah, he's got like an 80 gas advantage right now. But Dragon is doing a very, very good job actually building up his probes quite quickly here. Clark now has 6 gateways, whereas Dragon still only has 3, so Clark cutting probes just a little bit to get the early gateways. I mean, he is going to be ahead in units, which means Dragon isn't going to be able to sort of fight across the map. Dragon is not playing CVP anymore. Clark was saying +1 attack finished as Dragon pushed in. Ah, okay. Clark's +1 attack finished as he pushed into the mineral only, so that's probably why the engagement didn't go as well as Dragon was hoping it would do. But thank you for pointing that out. I am completely blind. But Dragon, where he's been playing PvP on ladder so much, I think he's decided to play PvP now. I'm not 100% sure, but I keep telling his opponent to Zerg, and then he's like, no, tell them I'm Protoss now. It's like, oh, okay, my bad. So spoilers, next week we have another PvP coming up from Dragon. Because he didn't actually tell me, but he told me after the first week he did it, and then I forgot, but he didn't tell me before. I wasn't expecting it. We do have 1-1 for Clark now, whereas do we even have a Forge? No Forge yet for Dragon, so Dragon is considerably far behind now. He does have the tech advantage still, but that doesn't really matter too much when he doesn't have an army that can stand up against Clark. Now, Clark, of course, isn't going to willy-nilly push across the map. He knows the opponent has Reavers. He's going to be fighting onto the high ground, so this game could still go the distance for sure. Down here in the bottom right, we do have, of course, the Nexus coming up. Clark double expanding behind this to the mineral only, which is now finished. Dragon does have his mineral only as well. He's not started mining from it. He does have more probes than Clark, so his mining is going to be a little bit more efficient than Clark's is, but of course, it's a numbers game at the moment. There we go. Lucky Noob seeing those sneaky Protosses playing their main race. It is a very passive game, but this is a very passive map. It's very difficult to push across. These ramps may not look like it, but they are high ground. So you come down to the low ground, you have high ground here. You move back, you've got more high ground to push up. And it just makes it very, very difficult to ever really trade efficiently pushing through the middle of the map. So interestingly, Dragon hasn't gone for shuttle speed just yet. I wonder if he's finishing it. No, he's just going to use these Reavers to defend his middle. Going for a shuttle speed and going for some probes wouldn't necessarily be too bad of an idea right now, but once again, he knows the opponent's got a pretty big army. He knows what upgrades his opponent's got because the Observer would have just seen all the units. But it's going to be Reavers versus Storm. So Reavers, Dragoons, and Zealots against Storm, Dragoons, and Zealots. But with one player having a massive upgrade advantage. So I'm not really sure this is going to go too well for Dragon when this fight comes in. But you never know. It is going to come down to high ground mischance. Storm, of course, has no high ground mischance, so that is going to be guaranteed damage, unless Dragon can move his units away. But I don't think Clark is going to really be looking forward to pushing anytime soon, because there's no real reason for him to do so. But as I say that, he gets ready to push, because Cast a Curse make me look like an idiot. +2 armor is about to finish, so this is one of those moments where I'm wondering if this is maybe an anti having to push, but he does have such an upgrade advantage anyway. Does it really matter? The Reavers, though, going to be helping out a lot in this engagement, but a good spread of units. Some units coming in from behind as well. Storm on the Dragoons and on the Shuttle as well. The Reavers getting picked up even without +2 armor. He is doing so much damage here. He's going to try and move his units back. The Reaver is going to go down. He's going to get one final Scarab before he loses it. but Dragon is forced back onto his high ground. Quark can easily expand now, and he will be able to stop his opponent taking his fourth. And this is so good for Quark right now. +2 armor. Sorry, that was +2 attack. Has he got double forge? He's got double forge. He's got 2-2. I didn't see the forge up here behind this. He's going into 3-3 immediately. Quark is an upgrade king. There is no way Dragon has got this. It doesn't matter how efficiently you trade. If you're 2-2 against 0-0 or 1-0 at this point, you're not going to be able to trade against this. Storm is so good as well. The Reaver's coming in, that may help him, but he's not going to be able to save the Nexus in the top right. Both sides are so even on supply though. The Quark is definitely biting for more bases still. Now if he can somehow trap and kill the entire army, maybe there's a chance. But with more Storm coming in on the, even the Observer going down this time, another Storm coming in. Reavers on their own cannot fight Dragoons. Unless you get incredibly lucky. Does he have the Reaver upgrades, I wonder? Maybe he can fight them. Oh my goodness. Reavers are pretty good units. I thought the Dragoons would completely destroy them, but I guess not. No Reaver upgrades though, no Scarab upgrade or anything, but 15 kills between these two Reavers. But look at this. Look at the size of Quark's army again. But both players are still basically even on supply. Quark is on more bases, but Dragon is somehow keeping up in supply every time. And this is pretty insane. Abonis has a boom emote as well. That's kind of cool. Although I'm fairly certain, like I'm guessing... Okay, I can't really say that he stole my idea, but I'm saying I've had this for ages. I think he stole it, right? We're gonna go for that? We're gonna just say Abonis stole my idea? Can we say that? I don't know if we can. I think other people have had boom emotes before, but... I don't know, I just... I think we're going to take this win over Abonis, you know? It's the only time I'm ever going to win against Abonis in anything, so... I'll take the W. I'll take the W and retire a champion, there we go. Okay, 5th base coming in for Quark. Dragon only just now taking his 4th base again. Lucky Noob saying Dirty Protoss is taking Terran ideas. Exactly, man. What does the world come to? Now, Dragon is going to try and push forward here. I think this is ill-fated, but Dragon is going to try and make it work. I almost feel like turtling up and just trying to take your 5th base as well could go better than this, but I suppose with Reavers anything is possible. Everything is cool when you're part of a team, but here we go. Team Protoss, let's go. Reaver's going to get a couple of good Scarabs off. Storm on the back Reaver though. Let's zoom out so we get the whole fight on the screen. We've got Reaver, or Probes being chased down by Zealots. Dragon's army is getting absolutely annihilated here by the upgrade advantage. There's nothing he can do. He's pushing on high ground. GG. Quark wins game number 2, ties the series up 1-1. And we'll be back after this short break. Oh, finally, my non-patchy video is playing. Oh, my Don Patchy. This is Don Patchy, not Don. Still. Oh, whoops. I have completely forgotten to unmute myself. There we go. Starting us off in the bottom right-hand corner. Fighting in the blue. It's Whip for NaS. And in the top left-hand corner in the red, fighting for Ash, it's Dreamer. Yeah, Quark was very good with his upgrades that game. There was pretty much nothing he could have done. T45 still I'm casting with sign language. Funny thing is, Lucky New brings up I should use my VR avatar for sign language. There's actually, like, the really cool thing is, there's actually like sign language classes in VR chat. There's an entire community based around learning it, and that is so cool. Like, that is so cool because it allows people who are like deaf to actually be able to take part in like VR chat and stuff because people learn sign language to speak with them, and that is so cool. I love that. Like, that's so inclusive. That's really cool. There's a VR chat documentary coming out soon. One of my VR chat friends is making it. He's a filmmaker, and I'm really looking forward to like watching the whole thing because he does a bit about the sign language classes and everything, and like he does like interviews with the people doing it, and I got interviewed as well. That was kind of fun. He does like a little bit about the world that I hang around in all the time, and one of my me and one of my friends got interviewed by him. It was kind of cool. There's a trailer for it. It looks really good. There's also, as far as I'm aware, sign language courses in VR chat for American Sign Language and British Sign Language, because they're different things. I am not making a documentary, I'm not good enough for that, but he is an incredible filmmaker. He's actually made a few documentaries before. They've been like shorter ones. This is his first feature-length one. I think he said it's going to be like a hour and a half, 90 minutes or so, and he like goes and speaks to a load of people from various different communities, and it's about like the impact that VR chat has had on everyone who's been playing its lives, and especially over like the pandemic and everything, because it has been an incredibly important thing for my life especially. But 2 gateways coming in for Dreamer. 2-gate Power Goon is going to be on the way here. This is going to mean Whip is going to need a bunker at the front, and he is going to have to make sure he gets either mines or tanks to be able to deal with this early on. Yeah, no need to use a mask or social distance in VR, exactly. And people definitely don't social distance in VR. Like, if you ever look at my Twitter and see some of the photos that I've taken, like, the amount of people that cram in one small bar is insane. Like, there's so many people in there some days. There's like 30-40 people in this one little room. It does make it hard to like hear the conversations, but I've got used to it now, so I can just do it. But like, people aren't very good at Japanese, or people who are kind of newer to it than I am struggle a little bit because there's so many people talking at once. It's kind of difficult to work out what people are saying. But there we go. First Dragoon running in front of the bunker. He is going to need to bring this, bring more SCVs up here. And I thought he was bringing them to repair his wall, because if this bunker goes down, he's going to die. 2-gate Power Goon is something that on paper doesn't look that strong, but if you don't defend it properly, you die. Like, you actually just die. He's going for siege mode as well. His first tank is not done. He delayed his siege mode and tank by going for a vulture first, and his bunker is going to die. Oh my god, he's going to try and use his marine to delay long enough to get more SCVs up here. He did it. This is a very strong move. The Nexus is coming up over here, but he has to defend this bunker with everything he can possibly do. Kesper F says in chat was on Twitter the other minute, and someone asked him for cyber partners for VR. Inappropriate, but like a load of people do it. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It doesn't really matter. If people want to do that stuff, it's up to them. It's no different from people doing like phone sex, right? The difference is like because someone's in the physical space with the other person, or the virtual space with the other person, it's more like you're actually with someone rather than like a phone thing. But he's defended. Whip has defended. He's got his Nexus up. Everything is looking... sorry, he's got his command center up. Everything's looking pretty peachy over here for Whip, who's going in for his first armory. And Kasparov saying... I'm just going to answer this, because I genuinely want people to know. Kasparov says, I wonder if it just gets a bit ridiculous and not sexual. It definitely gets sexual. Now, Dreamer is going for a third Nexus. When the Vespine guys are coming up. No second gas for Whip, but Dreamer is going for his second gas at the same time, so there we go. Yeah, the other thing with the like VR like ERP stuff is the fact that there are some people that literally only play VR chat for that, and that does kind of get annoying when you meet people like that. But if people want to do it and it makes them happy and they have fun, then that's up to them, right? At the end of the day, you've just got to do what makes you happy. And I mean, if it feels good, why not do it, right? Oh, Logan hit him up. Ash team captain for STPL turning up, saying on lunch at work here to cheer on my boys. Hit him up has not played too much this season, but his work schedule has been terrible. He's always working on Sunday when you'd need to play, so he's not really been playing. But we do have a nice turret positioning coming up down here. He's not going to be able to block the Observer from coming in, though. Unless he gets very lucky. If the Observer flies straight down, he might be okay, but there is going to be an Observer in his base for now. He has scanned with both of his scans. No, sorry, he still has one, so the Goliath can clean this up if he looks for it. And that's what he's going to do. Look at this. There we go. Nice pick off. Apparently hit him up saying he got his new schedule and he still can't get Mondays off, or Sundays off even. That kind of sucks. A third gas coming in from Dreamer. Dreamer went for a very, very fast expansion. And this has gone completely unpunished. So Dreamer is incredibly far ahead at the moment. Tech-wise, Whip isn't doing too bad. He should be able to hit a 2-1 timing. But with the Arbiter Tribunal already coming in and 3 bases already done, this is a very strong position for Protoss to be in. I want to see what upgrade he goes for first. Does he go for Recall or does he go for Stasis? I think Stasis would be better here. And yeah, Dreamer is about to be on 4 bases. He's taking his Mineral Lumi as well. But I think Stasis will be better here because Whip is realistically not going to be leaving his bases anytime soon. So he should have the ability to defend quite easily. No Arbiter upgrades just yet. There we go, Stasis first. So that's what we're waiting to do. Terran needs to expand, and that is exactly what Whip is going to do. He's going to use this location here to try and defend here. But Whip doesn't really have enough money to expand right now, so he's going to build a turret first. Try and stop any observers from being able to get over there. We do have a cape man. An invisible man. How broken is this? Having a unit that's invisible in Brood War, that's so broken. But an invisible man is going to come up here and cancel the command center. But no! A tank is coming in, and it's not attacking. The tank is not attacking the DT. Oh, there we go. He's going to kill the invisible man. There we go. Rip. Now his clothes are just going to fall on the floor and they're not going to be invisible anymore. That's a point. In the film, The Invisible Man, the guy can't wear clothes because you can see the clothes. Why is it DTs are completely invisible? Is it cloaking tech? Well, I guess it must be cloaking tech, right? But it's just like, could you imagine if DTs had to be naked to be invisible? That'd be such a weird, weird thing. But there we go. A big army coming down here to the 4th base of the Terran. Not many units here to defend, so he is probably going to lose this. The Zealots getting into the tanks are the problem rather than rather than this. Gag 2 says, do I even lore? Not really. But the Dragoons coming in from a very good angle, crossing the T on these tanks, meaning they are getting the best possible engagement at the best possible angle. But the tanks at the back hold strong. He holds on to the... Never mind. The base goes down. But he is going to lose all of his army to do this, so I don't know whether or not this is worth it. So Whip holds onto the base. Dreamer continues to hold onto his advantage. A good scan going down there by Whip on the top right, bottom left to make sure his opponent hasn't got the two other mains. Because that would be like the end of the game if he did. Not really much you can do if your opponent takes both other mains, but here we go. The recall, or the stasis is going to come in here. We do have very grouped up tanks at the front. There is a turret up here which will help at least a little bit. But unfortunately, I think this could be a few too many units. Whip has still got some units back here, not really doing anything. Not enough mines out the front of his unit, out the front of his army. And there we go. Looks like the Arbiter going to come in here. Going to stasis probably the back tanks rather than the front ones. He's going to try and get the reinforcements, but doesn't even manage to do it. Stasis the SCV do it. He's not going to stasis the SCVs, he's going to stasis the tanks. That's going to make it very difficult to hold on, but we do have some mines at the top, going to help out a little bit. But never mind, Zealots don't die. But yeah, I think Dreamer may have won the game with this move. Because Whip has very little to be able to defend against this. He's going to find it very difficult to replace his tanks that he's just lost. He is going to be able to hold on at least to his natural for the time being, but there is a massive army coming in behind this. His units are literally rallied to the Terran's main at the moment, and there's nothing that Whip can do about this, I don't think. He is going to try and get some mines down. If he can somehow save these tanks, maybe he can hold on, but I'm not seeing it. There we go, the tanks come out of stasis, immediately kill one of the Dragoons, but they're not going to get another one. Mine drag on his own tanks here as well. And this is it, you know. This is unfortunate for our poor Terran hero. Looks like Protoss are going to get another win. The Arbiters are going to go down though, which is a little bit of a bonus for Terran. It's when your Arbiter count of your opponent gets too high that it becomes impossible to deal with, but unfortunately Whip won't even get to worry about that because he is about to die a very painful death here. Dreamer is taking the top right hand main. He's got so many units rallying on down. They've just rallied out to his natural. He's just pushing them down now. If Whip can somehow hold on here, it's going to be like a tower defense game where you just have like no money left. But this is going to be it, I think. Whip trying to valiantly hold on, channeling the energy of Fancy here, but it's not enough. GG, Whip taps out. And Dreamer takes Ash up 2-1 over NaS. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for game number 4. Starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position. Fighting... I've forgotten to press the button before again. So, Dream won the last game. It's going to be Striker fighting for NaS. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right hand corner fighting for Ash. It's ranged. Oh, Cloud must have swapped out. 1 second, guys. We are gonna do something kind of cool. Watch this. So Eon on game 1, Quark on game 2, Dream on game 3, then we're back again. We just need to do the colors. There we go. Like nothing ever happened. Cloud did recently come back to Brood War, but unfortunately he must have subbed out the weekend and I forgot to read. So there we go. Yeah, hit him up. I think what they've done is I think they've stopped the ability of putting dots in your clan tag. So you may want to have to change, or you may want to just get them to make a different, slightly different version of the Ash clan tag. Apparently Cloud is addicted to New World now. What the hell is New World? I've never even heard of it. Is that like some new RPG or like sandbox game? It's an MMORPG. Oh, it's a pirate MMORPG. That's weird. It's like Sea of Thieves. Gaktu says he's playing New World while watching it. Gaktu. Gak is Gak from something? I recognize that from something, but I don't know what. It just seems like the name of something in something. I just don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just repeating myself, you know? We've hit the point in the stream where I've been streaming enough that my brain is broken. It happens every time. We get there faster every time as well. But Gaktu definitely seems like the name of something in... Oh my god, I nearly said the same thing again. Sounds like something in an anime, for sure, but I don't know what it's from. I'm gonna Google this, just quickly. No, it's not a thing. Like, there's a song called Gaktu, but it's not that. It's also the Guitar Amp and Keyboard Center. I don't think it's that either. Okay, so we do have the Nexus coming up. It was Gateway first here for ranged Striker with the early links coming out here. There's no cannon just yet, so it's looking a little bit rough for our Protoss hero. He's not got his wall finished. And with no Nexus, if these links can break through, this could be a little bit of a rough time for our Protoss hero here. We all know what my thoughts on PvZ have been recently, but is Striker going to make that even more obvious? Oh my god, the gateway is gonna die. Maybe not. Oh my god, he's gonna get one of the first zealots though. Great move by Striker. He's gonna kill the gateway. Oh my god, he gets another zealot as it spawns. This is going horrifically bad here for range. Striker is absolutely killing it right now. The gateway falls. And even if he doesn't go in, the amount of damage he's just caused mentally here as well as economically, because all the probes are off, and he's actually misplaced his gateway. He's misplaced his gateway, so he... Wait, is this misplaced? I don't think this is tight. That's why he's got the probe there, but... Oh my god, Kesper F said his name is used in on and off around TL, but GG, range taps out, he knows he's messed up. And that's going to be a very anticlimactic end to game number 4, and with Striker winning, that's going to take us to an ace match here in game number 5.
Mission 1, start.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enemy chaser.
Okay guys, we're here for the ace match. We have a PvZ this time. Dragon switched to Zerg for the ace match. Starting us up here in the top right hand corner. Fighting for fighting for Ash. It's Quark. I almost said fighting for ASL. Oh my goodness. It's Quark in the blue as our Protoss player. And I know my overlay says Dragon is a Protoss. My overlay does not deal very well with race picking at all. I need to figure out a way of actually fixing that. Spawning us down here in the bottom left hand corner, fighting for NaS. It's Dragon. Quark said in chat, guess I have to go to work again. Rest of Ash so heavy. Gotta carry these nerds. Now this is going to be rough for Quark though. This is a pretty tough map for PvZ because your natural is on the high ground compared to your main. That's not the biggest deal, but still it means your main is quite far away, so to make defending the wall a little bit more difficult. Forge coming in first. Interestingly, Quark, you're building your wall here rather than using the markers. Are the markers wrong in this spawn? Because I know on the other spawns they're definitely right. But like the markers were put here for Protoss, right? At least I'm fairly certain. Like you can see them here and they're quite accurate. You've got the pylon, the gateway, and then the forge, right? Hit 'em up says in chat, I guess it's about time someone carries Ash that isn't me. Well, we do have a 9 pool, an overpool, sorry, coming in for Dragon. Now, one thing about Dragon is I say this every time he's EVPs, and I will say this again. Dragon's EVP, he has got an 80% win rate over 21 games. That's EVP fully. Like, Dragon is an incredibly good CVP player. He knows exactly how to play against Protoss as Zerg because he plays Protoss as well. He almost plays like the most annoying style to deal with too, so... Quark says, don't know map, don't know markers, but if it's that far forward you can't get goons out. Fair enough. Also, Quark, weren't you around when this map was used? Wasn't this map 2008? 2009? Oh, you stopped at 2007, didn't you, or something? I can't remember when you said you stopped, but... Okay, Quark is doing a pretty good job back at home of not dying, which is always good. He's doing a little bit better than Striker did in the previous game. Sorry, not Striker. The game was arranged. Ah, Holy World was maybe a little bit later. I completely forgot. Thank you for all the people in chat always pointing out when when they need the information. Apparently this map was after Quark's time, so there we go. Yeah, Dragon doing a pretty good job keeping his probe alive as well. Sorry, it's not Dragon who's the Protoss, is it? It's Quark. Quark doing a pretty good job keeping his probe alive. Dragon Obviously not getting link speed straight away is not going to be able to catch the probe very easily anyway, but Quark's still doing a good job to make sure it doesn't die. Interestingly, Quark is going for +1 armor first into a Citadel before Stargate, so I mean the fact that he knows what his opponent has means he doesn't need the Corsair as quick. He's lost his probe now, but he saw in the base long enough to know that the Spire was probably far enough away that he could get away delaying his Stargate just a little bit. I don't know for sure, but Quark is probably going to pipe up in chat and say so in a minute, just to confirm or deny, because Quark's pretty good at like making sure that I'm saying the right shit, which I'm kind of glad about. Thank you very much. Yeah, he pointed out to me the other day, and or it was like last week he pointed out, I said a couple of weeks ago at one of the builds he did, and I was a bit confused about it, and I didn't really know why he didn't attack, but he explained it all. But oh, this is unfortunate. Lings get in the main base. This is not what you want as Protoss. He did manage to kill a bunch of the Lings, but not all of them. Did kill an Overlord, I think, as well, which is kind of weird. I think Dragon maybe sacked the Overlord on the cannon to be able to get his Lings in a little bit easier. And that helped, but so far the Lings haven't really done any damage. Quark is looking in a pretty good spot so far. Third base up in the top left-hand corner, already mining 4th and 5th hatcheries coming in too. Spire is almost finished, so we should see some Scourge coming in, maybe some Mutas, but I think Scourge is more than likely. Yeah, Quark says late Corsairs because the late Probe Scout, don't need to look for Hydra Rush. Fair point, I got it right. I'm kind of glad about that. I'm learning. I'm learning. Yeah. Look at me go. Now he did force a cannon in his main to be able to kill the Lings, but he kills them. Templar Archive's already on the way. Casper F says when Z goes greedy and takes another net, it feels so intimidating. This used to be the common style. The only reason why people started building closer thirds as Zerg is because they were just building more and more Hydra busts. So like, when you delay your Hydra Den and you just play standard, like this is the way to play. Because at the end of the day, look at this, Dragon has already taken a 4th base. And what can Quark do about it? Quark can't actually attack. So there's nothing really that he's going to be able to do. +1 armor is done. Which is so weird to see that first, but we have seen a lot of +2 armor coming in quite fast recently, rather than +2 attack. So I wonder if this is based on that. Is there a second forge in his main? No second forge, so... Oh, there is a second forge. He's going for 2-1. Going for 2-1 armor. There's always a building, but like hiding in my blind spot, I swear. Dragon, meanwhile, back at home is... he's running up pretty hard, he's getting +1 carapace, which isn't really going to help his air too much because Quark isn't going for too many Corsairs, so it doesn't really matter too much. Another 3 gateways coming in, putting Quark already up to 5, Dragon already up to 6 hatcheries, so 6 hatcheries pretty strong. This is when 6 hatcheries on 4 base as well, is when things start to get a little bit out of hand for Protoss to be able to deal with. Now, I wonder if Quark is going to be able to do too much here. He's going to use his DT to clear up the Lings. Now, Dragon doesn't get any form of notification that these are dying, because if you have your unit one-shot, you can't tell, which is why Zerg can never tell there's a DT killing all their drones. Now, the DT shouldn't be able to get in here to the top left-hand corner, but not really too sure if he's going to risk it. Looks like he's gonna die. That's a lot of Sunkens already. 3 Sunkens in a row. Overlord speed coming in. All of the anti-Corsair measures when Quark isn't really going for Corsairs, but we have my favorite unit, or one of my favorite units in the game. Dark Archon, my other favorite one's a Ghost. And I hope Quark gets to do something cool with this, because we barely ever get to see cool stuff done with it. Now, is he going to mind control a drone? Is he gonna mind control the drone? Where's the mind control upgrade? You know, this is the way that this is the way that Protoss meets Zerg now. You just build your mind controller drone and your 3 hatch Hydra bust them back. See how they like it, right? I mean, it's so good, it must work, right? He's not gonna get mind control, but I don't know. Beat the Zerg in their own game. Get some 3 hatch Hydras going. Dark Archon showing itself, being all intimidating, like. Just pointing himself out in the middle of everyone, being like, yeah, I'm here. You try and build mutas and fly them into me, I'll kill them all. Lucky Noob says if there's no Protoss to back it up, just mind control 1 Lurker and snipe any overlords. Lurker say a new meta. Oh, that'd be funny. But let's see if he's going to be able to break through here, because he does have good upgrades. 2-1 or 1-2 is done. But look at how many Sunkens and Lurkers are here already. There's 3 Lurkers, 5 Sunkens, 6 Sunkens coming in. Oh, but he's going to be able to snipe the Hydra Den. And if he snipes the Hydra Den, guess what? There's no more Hydras coming. So he can't really defend very well. This kind of reminds me of when Protoss loses their early Forge. Mr. Cass says play without Robotech and steal Overlords. That is the best idea I've ever heard. So here we go, lots of units coming in behind Quark's army. Lurker's going to be helping out here, but the 2 Carapace is going to be doing quite a lot for these Protoss units as they run away from these Zerglings. We've got Lings running out here at the front. The Dark Archon's still here, not really doing anything, but hopefully we'll see something cool. That's what I want to see. We want something cool here from this Dark Archon. Looks like he's going to run back. Now the problem Dragon is going to have, he doesn't have the linchpin Zerg unit, the Hydra, to build anymore, so he's not really going to be able to build too much in defense. Viles says, what is this? This is a replay cast because all the games are played on Sunday at the same time, but this is the Shinhan Tank Pro League. It is a team league with players from all over the world, including Korea. Nice Maelstrom, but he doesn't Maelstrom any of the Lurkers. He gets all the Lings though. Oh my god, that's a nice storm though. Oh, that was good. That was a tasty storm. Looks like Quark is doing a very good job pushing in here. That +2 Carapace really coming in to help. He gets all of the Lurkers, and all of a sudden this base is in a lot of trouble. There's no Hydras to come defend this. It's all Lings. And Lings aren't that good, especially when Storm's involved. And if this Archon can finish, all of a sudden things are looking a little bit better. But unfortunately, the Dragoons are all kind of a bit busy at the moment. The next Hydra Den is finished in the main. Defiler Mound is done, but the base has been broken. And all of a sudden that means Quark can do an indiscriminate amount of damage here. We're going to have another Maelstrom coming in 2 energy now. And that is going to be so good. But if Quark can break one of these bases, he is going to be in such a good position. One of the storms on the drones, maybe not the best storm I've ever seen, but still, it's damage. The Archon got taken down, unfortunately, so more Lings coming in from the back may be able to help out a little bit. We've got a probe coming up here. Maelstroming 4 Zerglings. That is some cool stuff right there. He doesn't need to do that whatsoever. Is he going to build a... Oh my god. He's going to build a pylon here, and he's going to build cannons. You watch. You watch him build cannons here. He's going to cannon contain his opponent. Or something, I don't know. Mana pylon? I don't know what's going on here. That somehow this Dark Archon is still alive. More Zerglings coming in. Still no Hydras to be able to defend the probe. Unfortunately. Oh, the probe is still up. What's he going to build at the... What's he going to build? He can't just build a single pylon. We've got a Lurker coming in behind, but one Lurker is not going to help if it's not going to burrow. And it looks like Quark is just going to take a win over Dragon here. And not only is Quark taking a win over Dragon, who is the king of ZVP, Ash are going to take a win over NaS. And I'd just like to point out statistically, this is the second time ever over 6 series that Ash have taken a game off of NaS. And Quark won 2 of the games. Just saying. What is the building? He's building a cannon. But good job, Quark. Nicely done. I'm just saying, I like seeing English people beat Americans, man. I like it. They threw all our tea in the ocean. You know, that's it. That's what they get. Quark was fueled by the anger of the Boston Tea Party, or whatever it was called. Oh, man. That's a good win, though. Good job, Quark. Quark isn't Canadian. Quark is British. And he lives in America now. Sale is Canadian, although that also isn't true. Yeah, Quark saying armor pretty good with the UN. I like it. I like it. That's a good good kind of up yours to all the Americans. Let's have a look at the results. A win here for Ash is pretty incredible given the lineups. Eonzerg beating Squall in game number 1 with a build order win. Quark beating Dragon in a PvP on Blue Storm. Dreamer beating Whip on Judgment Day in a fairly standard win. But he just got really far ahead in the beginning of the game, and there we go. Oh, Dragon is Canadian. Sorry, my bad. I forgot Dragon was Canadian. Dragon, if you're watching this, I do apologize. Please, please don't hate me forever. I didn't mean to insult you. I'm sorry. But then Striker winning a win over Ranged in a fairly straightforward CVP. And then Quark taking a win over Dragon in a PvZ. Quark winning both of Dragon's races, or beating both of Dragon's races today. So Dragon is going to have to hit the lab. But there we go. That's going to be it. Starting us off on Monday, we're going to have another couple of series. But thank you everyone who tuned in today. Have a very good weekend wherever you are. And I'll see you guys on Monday. So let me find someone to raid, and then we'll go from there. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully, you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.